everyone, and welcome to the morning tea and happy new year. Courtney, we made it to 2021. Can you believe it? How are you doing? I missed you so much.
Hey, girl! I missed you a lot, Alex. I'm very glad to make it to 2021. I'm very excited to hopefully make it 2020 fun, girl.
Yes, 2020 fun. I like that, and we need that. Good morning to the Tea Tribe, of course. We missed you as well. And you know how this works. Let us know in the chat. Where are you watching the morning tea from this morning? We love to hear all the wonderful places you're watching from. Thank you for joining us again. We have a lot of tea to spill. But before we get into that, Courtney, tell me, how was your break? What did you do? Tell me all the fabulous things you did.
Alex, hang on. I prepared. Hang on, because I knew y'all know how I really try to get myself together so I'm not stumbling. But this is what I did over the break. Nothing, but I did watch a lot of TV. Now, I'm not Miss Naz Perez. Shout out to her because she's great, literally a legend and an icon. So I hope that she would be here for my recommendations. But you guys, you have to watch. This is like my number one you have to watch. Y'all have to watch, and we have to make sure the show gets renewed. House of Ho on HBO Max. Y'all have to watch it. Have you seen it, Alex Schiffman?
So good.
Alex, what is going on with the hoes?
The hoes are the future. Let me just tell you, move over Kardashian. The hoes are in town for 2021.
Alex. Tea Tribe, the whole family, they are an amazing Asian family. They got some scandal going on. It's very, very, very good. So I won't give y'all the full, but I'll move on. So of course I watched the challenge. I also tuned into, because we've been talking about like Snooki and stuff recently, I watched that first season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, because the CBS app, y'all, is where it's at. Let me tell y'all real quick. So I watched Jersey Shore, and then after that, Alex, I watched Floribama Shore. Girl, what's a Floribama? It's from like Alabama. It's like the coast, and then it's like to Florida. I never knew that existed. And y'all, that was just as good, not just as good as Jersey Shore, but that was a nice little guilty pleasure watch. And then, of course, y'all know I watch Married to Medicine, and I am like, Alex, I am like 7 episodes from being fully caught up. I am ready. Bravo has pulled out all the stops on this particular season. So it's been a good, peaceful, entertaining break. What'd you do, girl?
Wow. What did I check out? You know what? I watched Bridgerton. Did you see that?
Oh, on Netflix. I haven't seen that yet. That's the Shondaland one. Was that good, girl?
Shondaland. Ooh, Courtney. You know, I'm not a big Victorian piece kind of person, but you got to tune in because there's so much more. There is just anything you want to see is happening. It's really, really good. If you haven't checked it out, Tea Tribe, I see you. Thank you so much for your compliment on my sweater. It's new, and I just threw it out of the closet to kick off the new year. So I appreciate the love. But yeah, Bridgerton is good. And House of Ho, like you said, I checked that out. What else did I watch? Tons of holiday movies. I mean, I am keeping Lifetime and Hallmark in business, as I told you, because I don't think I missed one. I think I watched every single one on demand. I never thought I would say this, but I'm sick of the holidays. I am ready to move on. You know what I mean?
Girl, the holidays are in the rear view, girl. We done sped off. Bye. We will see y'all hopefully in a more positive time at the end of this year, girl. We are moving on.
Yes.
We're moving on.
You know what I didn't have a chance to watch? The Ariana Grande concert. Did you check that out?
Before I respond to that, let's say good morning to Travis. Travis said, "Good morning, my loves, and Happy New Year from MD. And yes, Alex, Bridgerton is my new guilty pleasure. Duke Simon is my latest addiction." Who's Duke, Alex? Is he fine, girl? Do we got good pets?
You'll want to know who Duke Simon is, Courtney. You want to tune in to check out Duke Simon.
Real quick, Alex, before I create more mess. I did watch Ariana Grande. The too long don't read version is, I would recommend Alex Schiffman watch Ariana Grande on a weeknight wine after dinner. It is not special occasion viewing.
Got
like you're
it.
not like cleaning your Saturday for this. But girl, Thursday night, Wednesday night, oh, I haven't seen Ariana. You know what? Let me put that on. That is when you put on Miss Ariana.
Perfect.
Honestly.
Okay, now I know. Thank you for that review because I totally understand it, and maybe I'll try it this week because I just had so much. I also moved over the break into a new place, so I was so busy that I didn't have time to consume all the content that I wanted to. But now I'm seeing my head is above water and I'm ready to binge more. So I'm gonna check out some of the things you said.
On your move. Especially during the cold, girl. It was chilly over the damn break, girl. You was moving boxes?
I was moving boxes. I was moving utilities. All the annoying things you have to do with moving that you forget about. I did it all. Now I've survived and I'm ready to start the new year officially. But
you got that new move glow.
Exactly. That's what they say, right? So let me break down what we have on the show today because, of course, we have so much tea to spill that happened over this break. Starting off with something very exciting, Courtney. Nicki Minaj finally showing off her bouncing baby boy on social, who is so cute. I can't even deal with it. We'll get you into that. Plus, Olivia Jade is threatening to return to YouTube. And also Beyonce is trying to make the season a little brighter with some positivity. We're going to show you all of that. And then Drake's new hair, Don't. I don't know if you saw Drake's Instagram, Courtney, but it was interesting. And Lamar Odom's newest alter ego, we'll tell you about that. And then we're also talking new music with Justin Bieber, Hayley Williams, and Paramore. And then, of course, Miley Cyrus. And then behind the car Jenner Gates, we're talking about Stormi becoming a pro snowboarder. Maybe not yet, but she's really good. And then the latest regarding Kim and Kanye, it's not looking so good. And then finally, our own tea story of the day, we're talking about Justin Bieber calling out Tom Cruise once again as he promotes the music video for his latest single, Anyone. So we're starting the new year off with some piping hot tea. Courtney, are you ready to do this?
Alex Shipman, you know I'm ready, girl. I got my mug right here. No, I didn't put my tea bag in here, y'all. I got my tea bag actually in my pocket. I realized actually you asked me that, Alex. So thank you for reminding me. Now I'm ready. Bam, I threw it in there. Now I'm ready. Let me pour some water.
All right, pour up that hot water. Let's get into it. I love that you kept your tea bag in your pocket. What a great place. Is it in the little one?
Alex. It's in the little one. This is what happens, Alex. So like my kettle and everything that I do is downstairs, and you know I get on like right before the stream, so I'm always like running around. And I always would forget, like I would have the kettle, the mug, and I would forget the tea bag. So then I just started putting the tea bag in my pocket, girl. You never forget it there. But cheers.
What are you drinking this morning?
I'm still sipping on a cup of Yorkshire tea. And it is still very robust and flavorful. I'm obsessed with this. I got like Alex, a big, huge box of it, like 200 bags. So when I get sick of it, I'll switch out. But right now, I'm feeling very Yorkshire today.
I love it. I love it. Well, that goes well with Bridgerton. So once you check that out, you got to drink your Yorkshire tea with it. But before we get into the tea, Courtney, I see our girl Mika in the chat. Let's do a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Mika, she loves to tea ya, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go, go, go Mika. Happy Monday to, bam, our good sis Mika. Always good to see ya, and always good to meet ya.
Yes. All right, let's kick off this Monday morning with You Missed It. And if you're new here, these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. Don't worry, Courtney and I handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Miss Nicki Minaj. And after months of waiting, Barbs finally have gotten what they've been waiting for. Nicki Minaj took to her Instagram yesterday to show off her Papa Bear, the adorable 3-month-old son that fans have been waiting to see since Nicki announced his birth at the end of September. She captioned her photo series with, quote, #Papa Bear, thank you so very much for choosing me to be your mama. Wishing you guys a happy and prosperous new year. Thank you for your love and support throughout this journey. It's meant so much to me. Becoming a mom is by far the most fulfilling job I've ever taken on. Sending love to all the superhero mothers out there. Big hugs to all the women who have been pregnant during this challenging time. Now, many fans commented on the photo saying how much the little boy looks just like his mom. What do you think of Nicki's baby, Courtney? And do you think they look alike?
Listen, Alex, this is it's a full circle moment because when we saw this picture, the Barbs, they pulled this clip of, I believe, on Ellen, and she was just, I just want to have a fat baby. I just want to have a fat baby. And she got her little cute, chubby little baby. He is absolutely adorable. And I'm so excited that Nicki decided to share the photos with us, because she could have been a parent that, puts a sticker over her child's face or, hides him from the world. So I'm glad that she shared him with us, and I'm excited for her. Being a mother is a powerful life journey, you know what I mean? So to see her transition into the stage of her life it's cool to see. It reminds me that I'm growing up,
Yes, 100%. I mean, those cheeks, the chain, the outfits, I mean, it just couldn't be cuter. And I love that she finally shared him with us, because I knew that the Barbs were waiting to just get a little taste of her life and her baby boy. So very exciting to kick off the new year with this news, of course. T-Tribe, what do you think? Oh, Nicole says, I love some baby chubs. Karina, Papa Bear is so precious. It's just congrats, Nicki, from Terrence. Mr. Makeshift does think he looks just like his mommy. Do you think they look alike?
Yeah. I think they look alike. There were a lot of side-by-side pictures of Nicki and Papa Bear, and literally, I mean, the eyes especially, Alex, it looks like just like copy and paste, girl. She just took her face off, slapped it on the baby, took maybe Kenneth's nose, girl, and put the little nose on there. Just a work of art, if you will.
Yes. A work of art. All right. Well, speaking of a work of art, Olivia Jade may be having some works of art coming to YouTube, because she is thinking already of returning to YouTube directly after her mom, Lori Loughlin, was released from prison early following the now infamous college admission scandal. Olivia took to her TikTok to ask her fans if they want to see more content from her. So Olivia started with a makeup video captioning it this, quote, like this, if I should bring back my hashtag vlogs. Also tried to show you guys this natural makeup look. I can do a tutorial if anyone wants. KK, bye. She followed up that tease with a more direct video addressing her return to YouTube. Just take a look at this right now.
Thank you so much for the sweet comment. I just want to say, first of all, comments like this actually make my day, and I just am really grateful. And also, okay, I guess I will come back to YouTube. What?
So, Courtney, do you think that Olivia...
Oh my God, guys, if you really want the vlogs back, I guess, yeah, I'll bring them back. Hashtag vlogs with 50Zs.
At this point, Olivia should be returning to YouTube. Do you think her fan base will still support her? Do you think this is a good idea?
No. For me personally, Alex, I don't care to see Olivia Jade's life. Because, we're in a pandemic. Olivia Jade, your mom's a scammer. Like you already said, you don't care about education and going to school. So I know for me personally, that's not, her content is probably not anything that I'm interested in. T-Tribe, are y'all interested in seeing Olivia Jade's life? In the form of vlogs, I think that Olivia Jade should have given us 5 years and put out a real good book, or Alex, an even bigger moneymaker. She could have put out a fiction book loosely based on her life. Remember when Lauren Conrad did that with the LA Candy, and she was able to have multiple books to carry her for the couple years that she wasn't on TV? Olivia Jade should have done something like that. I personally am not ready. I don't even want to see her face or hear her name in the news. Is that something that you think she should even be doing? Should she even be considering that? And was this all like a plan from Red Table Talk all the way up until now?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I think that kind of releasing or posting this TikTok dismisses the power that was in that Red Table Talk content. Do you know what I mean? She should have just left it at that. I think, at the end of the day, if this is her passion and this is something she wants to do, I see Tina in the chat saying, I say she should come back. It is what she really loves to do. if that is, you know, kind of her goal and her dreams, eventually she could get back to that. But at this point, I personally think it's too soon. I think she should be focusing more inwardly with the family and kind of getting through that process before focusing on vlogs, in my opinion.
And Alex, her thing was before the scandal, it is to my understanding, y'all, and correct me if I'm wrong, that she was, right? She was out and like a couple products out, and she was doing a lot of like beauty tutorials. So if Sephora and all the girls pulled her stuff, her reputation as a beauty influencer, in my opinion, is rather tarnished now. So where does she go from here if it's not beauty and she doesn't want to learn anything? I don't think, and I'll say this, she doesn't have enough of an edge to be Tana Mojo, you know, without the education to show her boobs on OnlyFans and get $3 million. Shout out to Tana on that end. But she's almost kind of like caught in the middle. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's life, because Lori's going to bring in the big bucks regardless, because her career is fine.
Yeah, you know, it's tough. I don't necessarily think this is the best move. I think she should hold off on that for a moment, because it also sends out kind of a message that life's fine now, you know, moving on kind of thing. And I don't
good
think
enough to vlog.
Yeah, and I think that her fans and just people in general maybe need more time than she thinks to kind of move past this. And maybe
show us
some
the world, but like after a year.
Yeah, I would direct the focus, or take the vlogs away from the beauty and let's do some real stuff. Let's go deep within and kind of say, hey, this is what happened to me, and make it more about that, you know?
Yeah. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea, Alex. It's got to be something real, because I think that we've already seen behind the curtain now. You know, we know your life now, because we know your mama and papa is capable of scamming. So your parents is no different than the city girls as far as I'm concerned. So I agree. She should if she's going to continue, it needs to be something real.
Yeah, and I think that would be taken much better than just another beauty tutorial. McCole, I gotta shout McCole out. It says Lori is about to pull Martha Stewart street cred, because that just cracks me up.
She gonna be up there with Dr. Dre instead of Snoop. You know how Martha was hanging out with Snoop? She gonna be up there with Dr. Dre, y'all. Watch.
Exactly. Also want to shout out Kat, who says, hello, Alex and Courtney. I miss you two. Looking HD beautiful. Oh, there we go, Kat. So sweet. Thank you for joining us again. All right, let's move on to this Beyonce news, because Beyonce is ready for a new year and reflecting on the highlights from 2020. She took to her social media to talk about her favorite moments of the last year, despite what a horrible year it had been. So she tried to find the silver lining. She shared clips of moments she spent with her kids, 8-year-old Blue Ivy and the 3-year-old twins, Sir and Rumi, including driving around with mom on a golf cart. Beyonce captioned her video with this uplifting message. She said, quote, as we all look forward and pray for new beginnings, my wish for you is that you honor yourself and those you love. Celebrate that you are an important individual who contributes to our beautiful collective. Here's to a better and brighter 2021. Love, B. So it's no secret we all definitely had a rough 2020. Do you think Beyonce has the right idea going into 2021 with a more hopeful outlook, being grateful for what we have rather than what we have lost? What do you think about that?
I thought that it was just a beautiful sentiment. Like, the video was great, and I think the message behind it was positive. You know, 2020, girl, let's leave it in the rear view, girl, because that was a mess. But you know what? As long as we continue to appreciate what we have and continue to love ourselves and find the light within ourselves, we can all make it a better year than it was last. And interesting also, Alex, is I enjoy these little peeks into Beyonce's life. It's almost kind of like Oprah, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not really as like involved in the way that like a on Twitter talking to the fans kind of way. But when we get those peeks inside of like their lives, I still feel connected. I still feel involved. And it's like, even if you're not a Beyonce stan, like say you're not part of the Beehive or you're not a stan or whatever, you still have to be like, man, that Beyonce is rather gracious, isn't she? You know?
Totally. I think this is the right move. You know, at the end of the day, we can't control what's going on in the world right now. We can only control ourselves and how we react to it and handle it. And I think that like positivity is the only way to go. It's the only way to survive. So I love that she posted this. And like you said, it's always nice when we get a little behind the curtains from their family, because we don't get a lot, you know, but when we do, it's good. So excited and just ready for 2021. I have big hopes.
I got one for the books. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yes, exactly. All right, let's move on to one for the books, is Drake's new haircut. So Drake thinks he can distract us from waiting around for his next album, Certified Lover Boy. He might have gotten away with it too, because posting to his Instagram story, Drake showed off his hair, which was a mistake to his followers, before quickly deleting the offending image. Fans were quick to tease the rapper about the hair filter, comparing him to Justin Bieber or a Big Time Rush member. One fan even wrote, quote, "Drake done put a curse on 2021 with this haircut." So Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think of Drake's new look?
Not the bang, Alex.
Not banging at all.
It's not banging. He really said, I'm gonna tell you one time. He really said, I'm looking for my eeny, meeny, miny, mo lover. Like, he really gave us the emo swoops to end all pop punk bands of yesteryear. Literally Pete Wentz from 2009. I was very surprised by this haircut, but I have to be honest, Alex, as someone that's followed Drake's career since way before the music came along, I have this weird feeling that this era, this lover boy era, is going to be like really iconic. I don't know what it is. I feel like he's like taking his time. It's like not rushed. We're not like getting a whole bunch. We're not getting like 3 hits at once. It's very like build uppy-ish. And I think that whatever comes is going to be, it's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be very iconic and legendary, or it's going to flop very hard and a pop girl will be number one. And I'm very interested to see. Either way, I think Drake is having a lot of fun. We can tell.
Me too. And you know what's so interesting? I always say this, like, I'm a big hair person. And I've said this to you before. And it's so interesting how a haircut can change the way someone looks. You know what I mean? Especially, I feel like men, well, women too. But you know, I never thought Drake could look bad. This is not my favorite look on Drake. That bang has got
the swoopy doo, girl.
Swoopy
about to give one of them, you know, them boys in school used to just to swing it to the side. One of them Ryan Shecklers. Y'all remember Ryan Sheckler? Hit it right to the side. That's what Drake's about to do, girl.
Swoopy needs to loopy loop over there is what needs to happen, because no more of this. And I hope thing. And we know it will, because Drake rarely disappoints. So excited for that and ready for I just want to hear it already, don't you?
Yeah, Drake, in my opinion, is like one of the kings of sad boy music and also hit making. So I'm very excited to see when it's going to come and what it's going to sound like.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's shout out Travis, who says, Drake said, "Here's something for the headlines." That's right, Travis.
Yeah, right? Honestly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, let's see. Karina says Drake's hairdo is god awful. Wesley said Drake said bang bangs in the room. Yes, a lot of Justin Bieber comments. All right. Well, let's move on to this Lamar Odom news, because Lamar Odom had fans raising some questions after posting a video of his new alter ego to Instagram over the weekend. He dressed up as none other than Black Jesus, turning water into wine while promoting a Twitch stream. This caused so many fans to worry about whether he was back on drugs that he had to post a follow-up video assuring everyone he isn't. He captioned his response, quote, "Lighten up, damn, I can't have fun without being accused of being high or out of my mind. If you know me, you know I play all day. Life is too short to stay so serious. COVID taught us that. Black Jesus here to stay. No blasphemy, just fun. Dedicated to my bro, at J Lamont 25, who is battling cancer." So Do you think the fans jumped the gun a little bit over this, or does Lamar's history with drug abuse warrant such kind of a worried reaction?
You know, Alex, I think obviously people overreacted, but I think that people overreacted. Some of them, I won't speak for all of them. I think some of the people overreacted because they care. Of course, there are always going to be people that bring up, you know, his substance abuse stuff from the past. It's the same thing with like Demi. Demi can do anything and they'll make like some sort of substance abuse joke.
Right.
But I think that, you know, you like, can he live? Can he kind of do things to get back to him? He just, you know, split from Sabrina Parr. So it's like maybe he's trying to have a little fun. He's like trying to hang out with friends and stuff like that. I think that the reaction was 40% warranted because I think that people care. And
Right.
it's unfortunate, but I don't think that he's going through something other than maybe a shattered heart, maybe. That's what I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that it's natural for fans to be worried and concerned, and I understand why their mind would go there. But I also think that this is also the side and the personality we love about Lamar. You know, he is playful. If you watch Chloe and Lamar, you know, their relationship, not to bring old relationships in the past up, but like that's what was so fun and entertaining was them, you know, doing their thing. And so I think, and even people that speak about him in the NBA love Lamar. So he's just being funny and having a good time. And like he said, life is short right now. And if he was doing this, dedicating this to a friend who was struggling, like just let him be, like he said.
You think we'll see Lamar be a streamer, Alex? He's competitive. He could do it. I see a lot of athletes that like finish, retire, what have
Yeah.
you. I think those that don't have maybe the technical ability, even though we can all learn, right? Because y'all
Right.
reading teleprompter is very difficult. Take it from your boy. For those that don't want that as a career path, I think that maybe some athletes might turn to the competitive gaming because they can still keep up a little bit of money and they can still show more of their personality, but still in a different way and get to compete. So I wonder if maybe
Yeah.
Lamar is thinking about
I agree. That could be cool. I mean, why not? There's always, you know, time to start a new beginning. So why not
that.
now?
You ain't doing that
2020
news?
year of new Lamar is
Yeah.
now a Twitch streamer from NBA to
Fortnite
Twitch.
master.
Let's do it. All right. Well, speaking of new beginnings, Justin Bieber managed to strip down while covering up for his music video, Anyone. Sharing this video to his Instagram, Justin can be seen sitting in nothing but his underwear as makeup artists literally cover up his many tattoos in preparation for the music video shoot. So the time-lapse video is both really interesting and almost nude, giving us not only a look at what the makeup team went through, but also Justin in his trademark Calvins. Hopefully the team that worked on Justin got paid extra for all the ink they had to cover. First off, what did you think of Justin's music video, Anyone, and then also covering up the tattoos? What'd you think, Courtney?
You know, Alex, whenever I get a question on this show, there is always like an angel and a devil like sitting on my shoulders, like, how do you want to answer this? Because there's always like the what I'm really thinking, and then it's like, well, I'm sure the viewers don't want to hear that. Let me be honest. I did not, with my whole chest, Beliebers, I did not enjoy Anyone. I did not like the song. I did not like the music video. And I thought the fact that he was covering up his tattoos was very dumb. We have a lot of boxing champions and boxers that have tattoos, so I was a little bit confused as to why that happened. I did notice that there was a lot of conversation about Justin Bieber and his very tighty whities. But you know what? You cannot cover tattoos with long pants on. And that is all I will say about that. T-Tribe, what did you think about Justin Bieber and his tighty whities? And Alex, how did you feel?
Well, let me just say, I did enjoy the song. However, I didn't think it sounded like Justin. I'm trying to figure out where Justin's sound is going, because we know that this is a new era for him, and kind of the ones that he's released between Holy and Lonely and now this. I'm just trying to kind of wrap my head around where this new Justin era is going. Also, covering up the tattoos, I'm not going to lie. He looked good, brought me back to like young Bieber, a little nostalgia in me. But I want to kind of learn more about why this song is when he wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Like you said, a lot of boxers have tats. It would only make him look, more the role. So it was interesting to do it now. Also interesting timing to release this song with all the kind of headlines going on that never end about his relationships and all of that. So, I have a lot of questions, but I did like the song.
What is he doing, Alex? I don't understand the direction that he's going creatively as overall. Like, I don't get the, all of a sudden traditional husband music videos. I don't get the like real mid-tempo, not somber, but like kind of sleepy, chill pop thing he's trying to do and pass it off as R&B. I don't get it, and I want to understand it so I can analyze it more appropriately, I guess I'll say. But because I'm really confused as to like the direction of what's happening, like I don't want more husband albums or more like, I married her music from Justin. Like, girl, we want to twerk. Like, we've been trapped in the house and we all love our partners, but like, girl, what else? Like, what else? If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. Like, what else?
Exactly. But like, just as much as we've been stuck in the house, so has he. So maybe, I think I've said this before, maybe he's not motivated to make those bangers right now. Like, he is at home doing the same thing we're doing, just in a much more beautiful house. And, all that. But all in all, what I will say is how amazing is makeup that it can do something like that they can airbrush all of his tattoos off. You know what I mean? Like, makeup transformations and like, special effects blow my mind.
And those people got paid a good coin to sit up there and pat Justin all them tattoos off. So shout out to them. Shout out to anyone that's into beauty in general, because it really is an art. And shout out to you, because I can't draw and I certainly can't do makeup, although I love to play in it. So shout out to y'all. Like Katie Gomez. Is Katie Gomez here? Shout out to Katie, girl, because Katie watches us every day and she has her beauty channel and stuff, and she gets it popping, Alex. So
I love it.
Watch Katie, if Katie Gomez.
Love it. All right. Well, speaking of new music, guess what? Fans of Paramore have nothing to worry about after Hayley Williams eased their fears. On New Year's Day, Hayley shared a few articles about her solo album, Petals of Armor. This caused a reaction amongst fans worried that the band may be breaking up. But responding to the article's posts, one fan wrote, quote, "Oh my God, I thought Paramore was breaking up." And fans aren't totally without reason for concern. Paramore hasn't released an album since After Laughter 4 years ago. Hayley, however, wasn't about to let these breakup rumors pick up any steam, responding to the fan with, quote, "LOL, y'all been worried about that too long. Ain't happening." So the band actually spoke to NME last May about an upcoming 6th studio album, talking about how excited they were after taking inspiration from the music they grew up with. Do you think we can expect a new album coming soon, especially after Paramore knows that fans are worried about their long absence?
Need it. Hayley. Yeah. I won't even get it. I mean, I'm sure I've told y'all when I met Hayley, and I was awful at my job. Girl, we won't get into that. But Hayley, we need it. And this is an important story, Alex, because I feel like when Hayley put out her solo project, people thought that it was like the end. And especially because her solo music is so, like, she's all the way over there on the end of the spectrum sonically, and Paramore is definitely on the opposite end. So if you didn't like her solo stuff, you may have felt like that was like the end all be all. But it's good news to hear that they're not splitting up. We need the bops. We need the jams. There's like a handful of artists that I'm waiting for to release, like specifically when, in my mind, mentally, I imagine the world is going to be like, we're running out in the street and the world turns into one big block party. And Paramore, we need it from you. We need it. So make sure you have it hot and ready. Little Caesars.
Right?
Just one day, girl, the radios are just gonna go, we're fine, and we're all just gonna go out, knock over the fire hydrants, and just, yes, we're gonna turn into a musical, girl. We're gonna twerk in the street, girl. Yes, a Paramore, girl. We're gonna be on a parade float going down Ventura Boulevard, girl. Yes.
Full flash mob. We're all gonna learn the choreography, and we're gonna do it from LA all the way to New York, throughout the United States. So who else besides Paramore are you waiting for?
Besides Paramore, we need Kelly Rowland, girl. Kelly Rowland makes great dance music. We need Cascada because we're going to be evacuating the dance floor and running into the streets for the block party. We need Lindsay Lohan, girl. Whatever you're doing now, selling jewelry and ball things like that, girl. Rumors Part 2. We need that. There's a handful of people, Alex, that like specifically, I'm like, Dua, I know you got some leftovers from Future Nostalgia. We didn't get to dance to those in the club. We need those out front and center. We need it all, Alex. I'm ready.
We do. We do. All right. Well, I do have someone that may have new music for you, Courtney. Posting to her Instagram yesterday, Miley shared this photo of herself sitting outside of a psychic's office. She captioned the photo, quote, predicting a 2021 full of safe sex and efflores and more epic music. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Miley has already come off a pretty good end of the year run, dropping Plastic Hearts at the end of November and finishing out the year with New Year's Eve performances of Party in the USA and Midnight Sky. So it looks like taking a trip to the Psychic was the cherry on top to see what 2021 has in store, and the outlook is good for Miley fans. So it sounds like a new era of Miley Cyrus has truly begun. Courtney, what kind of projects do you think we can expect from Miley in the new year, music or otherwise? Like, what are you looking for?
You know what, Miley, give us the Hannah Montana reboot. Give us that at the end of the year. Make sure that a lot of people really like the Plastic Hearts album. I need to give it another listen through so I could hear what y'all hear. Not that I think that it's bad, but you know when you just listen to it and you're like, oh, I don't really know how I feel about that, and you move on.
Right.
I want to go back and give it one more thorough listen. But honestly, that's all I care about. What I wanted from her was the music, and we have the music. I think that the Hannah Montana stuff will really sort of reactivate some of her fan base that might have moved on. Like some of us are older and some of us have gone on to whatever, and it might draw us back in. Good idea. And also, Alex, I want Miley to bring back she had like the talk show she was doing on Instagram Live at the beginning of the pandemic. I think it would be interesting for her to do that as a podcast, like a filmed podcast that happens like every week. And she should do that and talk about mental health and sexuality and all of the interesting but maybe uncomfortable stuff with a celebrity guest. Yeah.
Yeah, we can also use it like a documentary. You know what I mean? Like, why not?
Everyone else got one. Listen, if Sean the Yawn Mendes can get a documentary, Miley definitely she's doing stuff. You get what I'm saying, girl? I want to see what's in the nightstand drawer. I want to see, girl, tell us everything, girl. Salvia, tell us all about it. That is something that is interesting.
I know. It'll come. It's coming. Maybe coming in 2021. Maybe one of
she is coming.
Exactly.
She is coming, the documentary.
Exactly. She is Miley Cyrus coming to Netflix for us. Right? Got it?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. You know what else I don't have, though, Courtney?
What?
Is the keys to the car Jenner gates. So here you go. I have like one. I don't know if it works in your hands. So listen, we got to talk about our car Jenner tea time, of course.
If you guys are ready for all of the tea from behind the car Jenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Car Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is not just me.
All right, so we have missed our favorite family, but don't worry, because we did get some content from Miss Kylie Jenner. And Stormi may already be a prodigy because Kylie shared a ton of photos from a recent trip to Athens with her daughter Stormi. Travis Scott, Kris Jenner, Kendall Jenner, Corey Gamble, and family friend Faye to her Instagram over the weekend. Stormi steals the show, however, with her trips down the bunny hill on a snowboard. You can hear Kylie and everyone cheering her on as she makes her way on the board after getting a push from the ski instructor. So this Aspen trip has continued Kylie and the gang's kind of lax attitude towards social distancing during the pandemic, as they've all been spotted out shopping around the ski destination and going out to dinner at restaurants in the area. This trip also comes as the CDC advised people not to travel for the holidays amidst the growing number of COVID cases. We love this Stormi content. Should the Kardashians be setting a better example for the fans? What do you think about this, Courtney?
I wish that we didn't have to see it. Alex is like, I'll have the choice, but once again, y'all have heard me say this before. We just don't have to see the proof of it, but we did. And with that, I can say I loved the video because Stormi is she's that girl. And I feel like I think you know what it is about Kylie. I feel like I would be the most like Kylie as a parent. Like, I just feel like I would just be like a very luxurious, wealthy dad with like a sporty kid or even whatever kid. Like, just let my kid do whatever they wanted to do. Like, if you want to snowboard today, you want to be a ballerina next week, you want to be an astronaut and go to space camp the week after that. Like, I would be that parent. So right. I love to see Stormi sort of exploring all sorts of avenues. And as someone that snowboarded for a very long time, this video was like, girl, get me out on the slopes, girl. I'm going with the family to Aspen. I'll just be flying in economy. That's all.
First of all, Stormi is incredible. They say that's how you're supposed to start any sort of sport, very young. So they're doing it right. Her balance is great. The snowsuit, super cute. Also, like, both Kylie and Kendall grew up very active. You know what I mean? Like, Kendall was a horseback rider. Yeah. And so, like, sports and athleticism is in their blood. I mean, their father was an Olympian, So this is something, right? I know. So Stormi is on her way to that as well, and it's just so cute. Content that
and snowboarding is not easy. It's not easy, Alex. So I mean, shout out to what I saw, that footage we saw, girl. That took me. I'm not even gonna lie. That took me like week 7 in my snowboarding classes. I literally snowboarded for 8 years, and the first year, girl, I wasn't even making it down the bunny slope. My mom was like, $800 in lessons for what? But eventually I obviously caught on, girl, and I really was the real life gay rocket power. Like, you couldn't tell me anything, girl. It was like homework done, snowboarding club on. Like, I really was a sporty spice. And then I discovered chorus. So yeah, shout out to Stormi.
I love that. I snowboarded for the first time when I was 12, and then I didn't do it until about 2 years ago, and I broke my arm doing it. So snowboarding.
Alex.
You know what? I wasn't even going that fast, Courtney. I just broke a fall, like the normal kind of way that people injure themselves snowboarding. They always tell you, like, don't put your wrist down.
The wrist guards on there.
I didn't have. Well, maybe I did, but the point is I had already broken this arm twice. This is my bionic arm. This was the third time. Third time's a charm. So it was already injured. I was already, not very smart for getting on a snowboard, years later, thinking I'm 12 again. So it's dangerous. So you got to be careful if anyone is interested in snowboarding. Not everyone's going to look like a pro like Stormi.
Travis is saying Kylie is a great mom to Stormi. I'll say that. And Travis, I'm glad we all agree. Kylie giving that little baby the world.
The world. All right. Well, moving on to some, tougher news. Kanye and Kim are continuing to spend time apart from one another for the time being. After everything that went down last year, the couple will remain in separate states while they work through their issues. So a source recently told Hollywood Life, quote, Kanye is taking time and space to work on himself and is spending a lot of his time in Wyoming. It sounds like he has no plans to return to LA anytime soon, at least not full time. But Kim is okay with that. He has an amazing support system around him, which does help put Kim at ease. So the source goes on to say that while they are apart from one another geographically, Kanye is still making sure to be staying in touch with his family while he's away. He's been communicating with Kim and the kids daily. He's often FaceTiming them while in Wyoming. Kanye apparently has been able to work on himself more effectively while in Wyoming, away from the busy life of the bigger city. Now, reports surrounding these two have been mixed for months now following Kanye's social media rampage at the beginning of the summer in connection to his presidential bid, as we all know. And while many outlets have been going back and forth between how the famous couple's marriage is holding up in the meantime, do you think that these two will be able to make it through at this point?
I think that right now the clock is ticking. I definitely didn't think that Kim and Kanye would find some sort of like permanent resolution before the election, but the election and also the holidays are now over. So, I mean, do we want to put the fake smile on for Valentine's Day and just get through it and then start plotting? I just don't imagine Kim and Kanye making it through 2021, and that's not 2020 fun, girl.
No, this obviously, all the signs point to trouble still, and I think there is a lot of love there, and they're trying to make it work, but it's unfortunate that they have to be apart to kind of make it work, instead of being together. It just doesn't look good, and it's unfortunate at this point. It sounds like Kanye's still trying to make effort. He's obviously going through a lot, and I just feel bad for everyone involved because it doesn't look good.
I want them to split at this point, because the way I look at it as there could be a chance, and obviously we're not in the home. My mom always says you never know what's going on behind the doors of someone else's home. But Alex, I think that it could be a fair speculation to say that Kim and Kanye arguing, we just don't know what the kids are seeing. So from the outside looking in, it feels as though it may not be worth it to keep the family together. Sometimes it's best to save the mental and emotional health of a child by splitting rather than keeping things toxic and unhealthy by staying together. Every situation is different and unique. But sometimes, Alex, it's better to be apart than together. And Kim and Kanye have to come to that decision, and I hope that they do together, to be like, you know what? You can be an excellent father. You can be an artistic genius. You can be president in his imagination mind, what have you. But just do it over there. And Kim, you do, you save the criminals and you let them out the jail and you put on bodycon dresses and do your stuff over there, and you meet in the middle for the sake of the kids. That's what I want to happen, Alex. Everyone can have their world. There just might need to be some separation for the sake of the kids.
Right. I agree. T-Tribe, how do you feel? Do you think Kimye will survive this? Kat says, I'm hopeful for Kimye. Julesy saying, as a mother, I don't think I could forgive the father of my children publicly saying what he said. Yeah, since that happened, it's pretty tough for someone to not be affected by that, for a family to not be affected by that, and to come back from that. It takes a lot of work and effort, and everyone involved has to put effort in to survive.
And Alex, you got to think, this is not like your good girlfriend calling you and being like, Alex, girl, I was out at the bar at happy hour and your man was saying this, and about your daughter and blah, blah, blah. This was like, we got to think about it as the whole world has heard your man, your husband, say these things about you and your children.
And your mother.
Yikes. And your mother. Kim, no, I forgot. Oh my God. Right. Alex, girl, hit the door, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more. Not this mom. Not my mom. Oh, I don't play that. Kids, pack the bag. North, pack the microphone and pack the Barbies. We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. Because it doesn't seem like a healthy environment. We're going to Auntie Clothes. We're buying an Airbnb or something like that. Because I just, even think about the kids, Alex.
I know. Well, I hope they figure it out, like you said, together and get to a better place. Because at this point, this doesn't look too healthy. All right, well, let's get into our OMT story of the day. We're talking about Justin Bieber coming for Tom Cruise. Justin is ready to be a champion, promoting his latest single, Anyone, and its accompanying Rocky-style music video. Justin dredged up his former feud with Tom Cruise. Posting to Instagram, Justin showed off his still from the music video of him in the boxing ring, and he captioned the photo, "Tom Cruise is toast." Justin apparently has some big names backing him too. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, commented on the post saying, quote, "You're going to eat lightning and crap thunder. Go get him, bro." Benny Blanco, who worked with Justin on his latest single, Lonely, commented with death knocking me out in the first round. So while Justin is definitely joking of all this fighting nonsense, do you think betting on the Biebs is the right way to go in a one-on-one with Tom Cruise?
Justin is not walking out of that ring the winner. That's just my Alex. I know we ain't talk about it like that, but after hearing Tom Cruise go off on them people on that set because they wasn't wearing no mask or they wasn't keeping their distance, there is no way, y'all. Real quick, Tom Cruise was on a set of one of his movies he was filming, and the people wasn't social distancing. Y'all, he went off. He blew his own wig off into the stratosphere. He was so mad. He was yelling at them, cursing them out, saying they was gonna lose their job, this, that, and the third. After hearing what I'm getting at is the anger, the passion, the fury, if you will. After hearing that, Alex, there's no way, tattoo covered up or not, that I'm gonna be making jokes. Because next thing you know, Tom Cruise is in my bushes, ready to snap my neck when I walk out to walk my dog. So, girl, Justin, you go ahead and make them jokes and see what happened. I don't play that.
If I'm not mistaken, and I could be very wrong, but I also believe that Tom Cruise did some of his own stunts in Mission Impossible. Like, he's no joke, right? So it's like he has years of like stunt experience and being involved in that. Like, the guy is tough. I mean, no one to play around with. Obviously, Justin is joking, but it's just so him to kind of like say something like that. You know what I mean?
You know who Justin should get in the ring with, Alex, and that this would be very appropriate. Shout out to Travis. Travis is saying, Justin, we need Purpose 2.0, not a fight, honey. Now, Travis, you better call it out. Now, that's the tea. But you know who Justin should get in the ring with? He should get in the ring with Jake Paul. Duh, obviously. Why hasn't that happened? What's going on with those two knobheads? They need to be in the ring.
That is a good point. I mean,
that's what we
Jake Paul right now fighting champions, but he doesn't have time for Justin Bieber. But listen,
Alice, that would break the internet.
That would break the internet. Maybe we should
imagine that title of this video. This video was like Justin Bieber challenges Jake Paul to a fight. The T Tribe and then some would show up for that episode, girl. Now they need to make that happen. Okay.
Okay. Besides Jake Paul and Tom Cruise, who else would you love to see Justin fighting in a boxing ring? You know, let me just say that, like, Justin works out, you know, he tries to stay in shape. I think he could put up a fight. You know, I'm not discounting his effort, but against like a Tom Cruise or a Jake Paul or The Rock, Hollyscoop's getting messy. No, none of that here.
Absolutely N-O-T.
Not.
That's not going to happen. I want that, though. I really want Justin and Jake Paul to box each other, and I want Tana Mojo to be the girl that walks in the ring that holds the number up, like round 1, round 2. Like her and Bella Thorne can fight in the, you know, back in the locker room or something like that. There's the scandal. Everybody makes money. Fantastic. Girl, don't let me manage some of these messy little influencers, girl. We would run out with the bag.
That is genius. That is a pay-per-view experience. We got to sell that. Who do we sell that to?
Zeus. You got to think, if Jake Paul and Tana can steal all these babies' monies for the wedding that wasn't even real, imagine how much money they would pay for an actual fight. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
$50 the kids and the babies were paying for the wedding that wasn't even real, Alex. I'll never forget it. I think that they would pay for a real fight between Jake Paul and Justin Bieber, especially if Tana's there, like causing, you know, mischief in the background. Her and Bella Thorne are like fighting or something like that is going on right now. So there's money to be made, Alex, always. You just got to keep your peepers open to find the opportunities and sniff them out.
Yes. What is going on with that? Sidetrack, but just before we close the show, Jelena and Bella Thorne are fighting all over social media, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what exactly is going on, but I believe Bella Thorne made a song, like a diss track against Tana. Yeah. And then Tana like reacted to it on her YouTube channel. There's a little piece of me that feels like it's all orchestrated. But for the children that believe in dramatic fights between content creators like that, like Santa Claus, it's very entertaining, I imagine.
Speaking of Tana, not that it has anything to do with what Justin Bieber, but I watched a YouTube video that she released over the break of her and Harry Jowsey from Too Hot to Handle. And I watched the entire video because I'm just interested in their relationship between like Francesca that they have involved. It's like they're like best friends. Very interesting to me.
Do you think that Harry Jowsey is trying to cross into the YouTube space? Because I feel like he's bigger than that. At this point, if you have paparazzi taking pictures of you, you don't really need to be a YouTuber, right? You don't need to.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe. I think
I'm gonna watch that Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, you got it. You got it. It's not better than Love Island, but it'll you know give you more insight into who some of these people are.
I heard the cast is really good. I hear a lot about Harry. I see a lot about Harry. I'm even following him on Instagram, and I haven't seen the show. And I've heard a lot about Francesca, and I've heard a lot about Chloe. I hear little inklings about. So I want to watch and sort of get like a better idea of these people and why the paparazzi are interested in them.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, unfortunately, that is all the tea we have to spill today, T-Tribe and Courtney. But don't worry, we are back. We will be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for some tequila and tea on Tequila Tuesday. If you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below on all the tea we had to spill today. And Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you want more of me after the tea, all you have to do is follow me on social media. I've got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, usually at Courtney Revolution. I also have my own individual YouTube channel, and I go live there as well. So click subscribe, type my name, take that, put it up top. It all comes up. What about you? Where can we find you, Shiftman?
You can find me on all social media, just like my name right there. And that's all we have to do today, Courtney. It's time to wash our hands, wash this tea off our hands, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's intimate. You better wash your hands, Wash your hands. Wash your scrub your hands.